clinch a tournament berth is one of your many goals this year, but like we've been talking about, the last team on HCU to do that, how big was that alone? How excited was the group to know you're going to the tournament?
Yeah, it's probably a little sigh of relief just to know you've done it for the first time in school history. Fortunately for us, there's a few other things that are in the works, so you kind of get to move right past that. It happened during the middle of that winning streak, I guess, and on the road at Sam Houston, which is a perennial power and preseason #1 pick, and a lot of really good players. So it was great to check that box, man. But you don't get to enjoy it. You just move right on to the next one, especially with the 4-game weekend series. So proud of the guys for accomplishing something that's never been done here in the Division I era, and hope this is a norm, and that it's no longer a box that needs to be checked. It's just something that we do year in, year out, and we keep chasing championships, hopefully.
So the 11-game win streak, it ended in extras. How was it during that? Because it's not like the MLB where you're playing every day. You have 4 days off during the week. How was it during the streak, and how did it feel just to be as hot as you guys were?
Yeah, just a lot of belief in the dugout. We came from behind in a lot of those wins. Every day I feel like it's a different guy. Our lineup's been so deep all year, really. When you look at the offensive numbers and how many guys are performing at a high level, and the plug and play. We've had some guys that, Eric Wimpy had a really good weekend, and then Hunter Geezer came in versus a left-hander and had a 2-out, 2 RBI double that really gave us some separation in the series clinching game yesterday. So the morale's been great. The sportsmanship on the team, I think you can just, I don't know, it's a good vibe. Winning solves a lot of issues sometimes internally, but I think this team really, really fights and enjoys being down, never believes that they're out of the fight, so to speak. So it was a really good, really good run. There was a suspect call there in the 8th I'd love to have back to see if the streak's still going. It kind of pinned us down and took a couple base runners off, but that end up going to the extra inning game. So that doesn't sit real well with us. But bottom line is, guys, won a series on the road again at Sam, which is a very good club.
Zach was going over some of the scenarios. He's still over there, yes. Last night about clinching the conference championship and whatnot for the regular season. How big would that be for you guys now that you really control your own destiny here with one series left? Is that something you guys really have your eyes on?
Yeah, I think we'll meet later this afternoon. I don't know that anything changes, honestly. 5 weekends ago, we sat down after Texas and just kind of mapped it out. Like, hey, we've got 3 of our next 5 at home. We're going to try to start our climb to the top, and I think they've checked every box every weekend. We've won all 4 series. 2 of them on the road. We're back at home, which we've got a lot of confidence when we do play here in Abilene. And I think it's going to be free admission this weekend, senior weekend. I think there's a lot of things going on here. Kind of the only show in town, to my knowledge, in terms of from an ACU standpoint. So hopefully we can get a great crowd to send these seniors off. They've been a big part of this transition for our coaching staff with Eric Wimpy and Spencer Chirpick. So I don't know that I won't personally spend any time talking about what happens if we win. Our goal is just to win the series this weekend. We know that's going to put us in a really good spot. If and when that happens, then we'll feel really good about going into the tournament with some confidence and one more box that we get to check off as a program.
And SFA, another good team. I'm sure I don't know the preseason rankings, but I'm sure they were picked above you guys preseason and whatnot. What kind of series are you expecting on the field here? Yeah,
pretty much everyone was picked ahead of us preseason, so that's a good thing. But it's interesting with us, Sam, Lamar, Stephen F. all going to the WAC next spring. We're going to play them 4 times this weekend. We're going to play them 6 times next year. So literally the last 3 weekends we have are against teams that are going to the WAC with us. So the dynamics of playing anybody in baseball 10 times in less than a calendar year can get a little chippy, can get a little dicey at times. I know Johnny's going to have those guys ready to play. They won 3 out of 4 this past weekend. I'm assuming they've got a little motivation to come in here and finish their year off on a good note as well. We've been in this situation a few years ago where we weren't going to be in the tournament and swept Nichols here at our place the last weekend, our first year. So, I don't know that we're going to dive into them a lot. Like, bottom line, if we show up and control the things we control, we feel really good about having a chance to win. And that's been the message all year. that'll continue to be the message. It's not necessarily who we're playing. We try to keep our eyes out of that dugout and just play the game. And time and time again, they've done a really good job of that, especially here of late.
Yeah, so we mentioned how the streak ended at Sam Houston, but you still go take 3 of them on the road, which is awesome, and you're 12 of the last 13 games you get a win. Just really at this point in the season, seeing what you're seeing from your team, you believe you're playing the baseball you want to be playing your best baseball?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. We broke this down throughout the year. It was a really young club. I think we sat here and said, hey, the first 15 to 20 games, there's going to be a lot of different lineups and roles. Who knows? We really had no idea how that was going to work. The rotation started to solidify. The bullpen pieces have done a good job. I think the move, I don't know how long it's been now, but pushing Spencer Chirpic to Sunday, to have him for a game on Sunday like yesterday when, we really fired the bullets on Saturday from a bullpen standpoint, and some of our guys that have been throwing the highest leverage innings weren't available yesterday. We weren't going to bring them back on short rest. So for him to go out there and really just painted a masterpiece yesterday, threw 74% strikes and just owned count after count after count, and put us in a really good spot to almost throw a CG on a Sunday when honestly we had to have it. The bullpen was pretty thin. We've got some guys who believe in him, but just for him to go out there and do that when it was needed was fun to watch. He operates at such a slow tempo and just a mature way. He's got some experience. So hopefully our young guys, Tyler Morgan and Henner and Adam, can kind of see how he does that. And then next year, as they move on and mature in our program, hopefully that's what you want to happen. I think that's what we're kind of seeing. Tyler Morgan's had 2 back-to-back 7-inning outings. So he's pitching the best he's pitched all year. Henner's been real consistent. Adam's been consistent. We've got 5 or 6 pieces in the bullpen. So hopefully we can wrap this thing up right and then have a chance to make a deep run. I think our offense is going to give us an opportunity to do that in the tournament. So we're certainly lined up, I don't know, much better now than we were the first 15 games. So I think if you're picking which one you want to play better in, it's certainly the last 15, not the first 15. So proud of the guys. It starts with the player development, Craig and Blaze and Mark Mumper. Week in after week out, that's the one thing about playing a 4-game series. You can go in almost like a football weekend and have a pretty good idea on what they're going to try to do and what moves they're going to make and how we can counteract those moves at times. So they've done a great job. I can't say enough good things about what they've done to kind of keep the team pushing forward and keeping everyone grounded. Winning sometimes causes issues, but our guys have been pretty mature, especially to be so young.
Absolutely. And then just in this final regular season series, you play at home, which is nice to be back just for the last series. What, besides, getting these wins to try to get first in the conference, get a regular season championship, what do you want to see? What do you want to tune up and just see out of your guys this last series?
I just want to watch them compete and have fun, man. That's where we are this part of the year. We talked yesterday, all the hard work's kind of there. School's finished. Finals are over. Another really good semester in the classroom for all the guys. So proud of the way they finished in the classroom. Now it's really time to go get paid. That's what we talked about yesterday. It's time to go out and really get rewarded for all the hard work dating back to August 25th to kind of where we are now. And, the bus ride home was fun. You can just, when the stress of academics are off here, it kind of lets guys relax and play baseball. So I don't doubt they're going to compete this weekend. We want to see them have fun. And I hope we can check a big box off and let these guys enjoy it a little bit before we go to the tournament. So I don't know, trying to tune anything up, just trying to keep playing hard, and playing well, and playing clean. And hopefully we can win 2, 3, 4 ball games this weekend.